Check out our previous movie Flaws and Aws right here with Train to Busan, The Boondock Saints, and Bone Tomahawk. Every year since 2015, rewatching Krampus has become a Christmas tradition. I prefer the ultra dark, gory, and creepy, but it's also nice having a movie that won't traumatize your kids that you can watch with your family. I notice a lot of the movies I'm most nostalgic over are in that same vibe. Krampus is also a great companion piece with Trick or Treat with that awesome Sam character. I watch that one every Halloween. Now, Sam and Krampus have become instantly iconic creature designs. As a matter of fact, I just got this NECA Sam. They need to make a NECA Krampus next. Same scale too. Or a Weta Workshop. I just looked this up. A Weta Workshop statue. I found images that they might have made one, but I noticed on their website they got the cherub, they got an elf too, they got a cherub Christmas tree topper, and they look incredible, and the sales are outrageously affordable, way better than what I could see on eBay. It's insane. You can literally buy everything they got for the price of one of the items on eBay. I really hope they keep these on sale, because this is like the worst time of year for me to notice something really awesome on sale, but I'm gonna keep my eye on this. And on Weta Workshop, I hope they put Krampus back up there. I got this gut feeling it's sold out, and no one's reselling it. Anyway, back to the Krampus and Trick or Treat connection. What is really cool is that the writer and director Michael Dougherty also wrote Trick or Treat, and he has said he likes to think of them existing in the same universe. Most of the Easter eggs ended up on the cutting room floor, but Max has this secret stash of Halloween candy, and inside the box is the same type of lollipop that Sam bites into to create his iconic weapon. It's perfect if you think about it, since they have cool similarities between them, like guardians of their respective holiday. Trick or Treat will come to this channel sometime in 2020, so until then, it's back to Krampus, which has a solid cast and equally kick-ass creature designs. It starts out fun, and then it hits a rough patch just before the ending, only to be saved by a double ending twist. The writers have said they'll never reveal the true meaning, but I'm pretty confident we got it locked down. And to understand the end, let's pull back to how it all starts. Yes, I'll admit it. I enjoy the gimmicky effects on the studio logos. Credits never belong over live action. Krampus kicks off with an American tradition, last-minute Christmas shopping. Ah, you thought I was gonna say Black Friday, didn't you? I did it first, but no. It's confirmed later. It's a few days before Christmas. Either way, it captures the tone nicely. Plus a few comedic moments that let you know it's okay to have fun with this one. Like the Bulldog security guard, the overexcited Taser boys. I like them. Look at their faces. And forcing scared and crying children to sit still for that perfect holiday photo. While customers' faces range from, "I'm dead inside," to, "How the hell can I afford this shit?" Recital in a store and not at school? Plus it's during the Christmas break and they confirm that. Nothing about this makes any sense.
Looks great, Mom. Don't work too hard, though. Sarah bought a bunch of cookies at the store.
This line is great. Being a descendant of immigrants myself, we had the elders with roots to the homeland making favorite dishes and desserts, and some family members would just drop that for store-bought. The fight bleeds into the family's intro, quickly setting them up, establishing Max really does care about the spirit of Christmas. Max snorting coke with his grandma is a little odd. Just kidding, seeing if you're still paying attention. The sister Beth is played by Stefania Owen. She brings a certain charm to the role.
Human shit.
It's a shame she has such a small amount of screen time within this story. Beth and her mother's argument is to set up the arrival of the visiting extended family. It's disguised with some humor. The mother gets photos every year to hang up. That's why she didn't notice pervert Santa is checking out young Beth until now. Remember, with this type of movie, the storytelling focuses heavily on relatability, especially early on introducing the characters to us.
It's Christmas.
Merry Christmas!
It doesn't have to be exact, but I'm sure we all, to some degree, have family and even friends that we butt heads with. The family's entrance is executed well.
Oh wow, thank you. It looks Wow.
Newspaper used for wrapping paper? See, that's a great visual that adds to the character's authenticity. The clothing, however, is off. This is supposed to be a family that's struggling financially. They don't have to be filthy, and I don't believe they're all new Christmas presents, but their jackets should have some more wear on them, especially for that yellow. It pops too much. Oh, that sound effect.
What'd you ask Santa for this year?
So where's the nog? I need to get Mary.
Yep, we've all met that kid that's chugging soda, way too young to handle the caffeine.
It's delicious, honey.
It's a little dry.
Mine's delicious.
Toni Collette, from Hereditary, by the way, is a great character actor.
Macaroni and cheese and hot dogs. Oh, Jesus.
It's no surprise she's great in this too.
Stop. Dear Santa.
The two Macho Girl cousins do well with their roles also. Stevie is actually the real-life little sister to Beth, and the note to Santa is the main plot device that kicks things off, fitting smoothly within this story. Hey, sound guy, chill with the over-the-top effects, man. Random and out-of-place glass smashing is fucking random and out of place.
We only have to survive another 3 days.
Adam Scott is another great casting choice. The dad is written well, leaving conflict out completely, which helps later when they are all in danger. Movies like this don't need complicated lore. Here we basically have strong feelings and littering. We want Krampus to show up, so it's easy to run with this. Sure, in a more grounded and realistic movie, this blackout would be a flaw because it isn't realistic, but here it fits the style, and it is used together with the summoning of Krampus, symbolism, and it folds into the transition. The setup is over. Get the fan, cause we got the shit. That's creepy.
There's plenty of leftovers, Howard.
Beer it is. And how come rich people get all the free shit?
Democrats, probably.
Why would they assume it's free and not a purchase? We get a lame political joke instead of it being more organic. Comment on why rich people buy things already wrapped or something. Having authentic yet visually striking snowscapes are needed for these type of scenes, and they nail it here. That camera glide is sweet. Yo, they got the sound down. I'm a little confused about the non-family victims. I don't care if there's an interview that explains it, it's missing from the movie. They did a good job with the snow overall, but the snow on her face, they should have done something with that because there's no way. I don't care how cold she is. Some of it, all of it, most of it would melt. Creepy moment with Krampus' hooves. But the inclusion of the music here just gets in the way. Cool camera work that sets up the first kill capture. This scene reminds me of Gremlins, and for a start, it plays out okay. I can't say the same for later on when it feels a little too PG-13. Cool shot. The daughter wanting to check on her boyfriend and not returning home in an hour is what advances the plot next. Tom and Howard go out looking for her. It's a bit dark and isolated, which is definitely the point. I found myself wanting a little more in the way of visuals, but what's there works. The poor side of the family has a frickin' Hummer and a nice fancy looking locked gun case in their car. Listen, I know people struggling financially and they don't look like that. Sometimes Hollywood's just out of touch. Poor to them is like people just doing alright.
It's kind of heavy.
It's Linda's.
Squirrels.
What? No. Either the sound here is way too strong or this character has just come on with the case of dumb bitch.
Right. Probably playing with their nuts.
Sending characters out to see the snowy scenery and the destruction is a nice contrast from the others sitting around the fireplace. It's like a twisted before and after.
Whoever did this is a demented son of a bitch.
The snow tremors are not the most original, the sounds aren't cool, and there's no visuals at all, which is lame, and it's a shame, because the concept itself is neat. It looks like Tom has cut the curtain to look out the window with the binoculars, but it's still questionable because then Howard puts them right up to the curtain, and it just feels silly, like they can't see shit, guys, what are you doing? playful is fine, but this is a little too much like a cartoon. However, now we understand that setup scene from earlier.
I must tell you something.
This is tricky. I like the idea that she stubbornly speaks her native tongue over English, but here it's played like she no speaketh the English.
It was almost Christmas.
The story narration is better in her accent and told from her perspective. A movie inside a movie for the backstory works well. It's a cool touch. The snowmen here have a creepy ass vibe. I dig how they move closer to the house. It's just a shame they didn't get more use out of them.
What's she saying?
She says we're
The presents catch fire from the fireplace scuffle, so Linda takes them away from the kids' eyesight to rewrap them in the attic. Plot-wise, this works because the toys will break out soon and attack. However, they're in danger and her son was just taken. Would this really be a priority now? Hearing the girls scream upstairs, they head up, and Howard, with an injured leg, stays to protect those downstairs. The pacing up until this point is pretty standard. This split actually helps to increase the tension with the danger being on different floors of the house.
Come here, girl.
The gingerbread men are fun with how the cute contrasts with the evil. But a nail gun? Really? Where are the nails being fed into? And they don't shoot like real guns. There is a safety feature that won't let you shoot unless the tip is pressed firmly against something. Yo, the sounds here rock. The reveal is well done. The creature design is on point. I love how the mouth opens with real monster-like teeth and gums, and he's caught in the act with feet hanging out of his mouth. The little prick even wipes his mouth off. You may think he has manners, but he's just being a dick.
Oh, come on.
The toys attack, looking cool for the most part. The cherub with the kiss-like tongue. The bear, one of my favorites. I love that bear. And the knife-wielding robot. I mean, even the gingerbread house explodes.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
They got the slow-mo, the glaze-like mean teeth. He's on fire with my favorite part. His weapon is a candy cane licked to a point, which was subtly set up earlier. As he leaps, the fire should have gone out, turning to sizzling smoke with a burnt look to him, all while doing the slow-mo. Cause the dog saving him is fine, but it's a touch distracting. He was just a ball of fire a second ago. Linda is on a roll, but she stops to assault our ears with self-censorship?
Give me back my kids, you fudger!
And what's she stopped for? I thought women were good at multitasking. Aunt Dorothy finishes off the bear and the cherub in style, but the elves burst in, and they look great. Gah. But then we get the first seeds of rushed kill captures. Aunt Dorothy is just fucking yeeted out the window with a silly sound. Next, Howard jumps onto a creature and rides off.
Oh, great.
At least we got this line before he left.
I just got my ass kicked by a bunch of Christmas cookies.
Maybe it was the forced PG-13 rating or the lower budget. I don't know, but I do know you can still have a twist ending and have some characters die. These are just unenjoyable and weak kill captures. This is by far my least liked part of this movie. There's just no charm to it. Things do pick up with the arrival of Krampus. The thuds, mixed with flickering lights and the Christmas music. Very cool visuals all throughout this moment. It's the first time we see Krampus up close. The chimney cracks, the long fingers cloaked in silhouette with Omi in the background awaiting her fate. It's like he is spilling out of the opening. The score is solid. I love this look. He is a beast. Stitched together cloak, long gross fingers, the chains, the bells. The face is my favorite. Oh man, I want a figure, a statue, something, anything. I lose my shit when I hear people say his mouth don't move. It's a mask. During the close-up, you see it better. His real eyes are underneath. It's like he skinned a Santa look-alike and turned his face into a mask. If any company anywhere makes this version of Krampus, I will show it off without a doubt. You don't even gotta ask. Inside his bag, it's super quick, but there's a nutcracker and other toys that have these really messed up real teeth. Once outside, with nowhere to hide, the father's self-sacrifice works because of the character connections throughout the movie. Here's a tip for filmmakers, both director and editor. When filming a shooting scene, clearly map out the angles, and editors, be careful building up too many alternate angles because that leads to characters firing their weapons way more than the gun even holds. This is a common problem in Hollywood. How he goes out is weak. It might have worked if this was the only weak kill capture. The music and build-up helps Linda's kill capture have a cool visual look, but this is where the movie stumbles a bit more, with very weak kill captures. Especially Sarah. It's terrible. Like, did the footage get ruined and they had 5 minutes to refilm it? Everyone has been kill captured, and Max is the last one left. Krampus shows up, giving us another look at the awesome creation from Weta Workshops. He drops a Krampus bell wrapped in his letter, the letter that started it all. Now we get into what it means. Now Krampus leaves him alone and unharmed, just like he left his grandmother before. Max decides to look for Krampus, and he heads in the direction they took Stevie. Finding them having one hell of a party, we get a close-up that shows us it's a mask he's wearing. Max then offers himself up as a sacrifice for his family's return. Rightfully so, Krampus laughs at him and tosses Stevie in. Then he snatches Max up, tossing him in the lava bath too. The movie cuts to Max waking up in his bed, and as a person that gets furious over movies that try to pull the "it's all a dream" weak-ass writing bullshit, I was about to be pissed when I first saw this, but I hung in there, feeling there had to be a twist coming. He looks outside and the creepy snowmen are gone. Downstairs he finds his family, all of his family, the music softly rises, everyone is happy, it's a nice scene. They hand out presents and Max opens his, finding the damn Krampus bell. The music ends and we hear voiceovers from everyone remembering what happened. This leads to the double ending twist. The camera pans out and we see them inside a friggin' snow globe that Krampus puts on his shelf. The first time I saw this, I thought it meant everything did happen and they are in Christmas hell. I felt it was dark and I loved it. After a few watches, I thought, well, maybe I'm wrong, and everything did happen, but Krampus gave them all a second chance, and that globe just means he's watching over them, and it doesn't mean they're trapped. I ended up loving that ending idea too. Recently, I got around to watching the audio commentary, and the writer-director confirms both are legit endings, but they will not confirm which one is the official one. I usually hate when writers pull the "we want to keep it ambiguous" card. However, this one works for me because it's the viewer's pick between two concrete endings, a happy and a dark. So whichever you prefer at the time, that ending will work just fine. And that is Krampus. Now, there's a lot to love about this movie, especially those visuals. Holiday horror movies are fun for me personally because I like watching my favorites each year. Does the PG-13 rating make this one a touch soft? Does it feel a bit rushed and weak near the finale? Sure. Even with its shortcomings, I find this movie easy to digest with multiple viewings every Christmas, and that Krampus design itself is my favorite. I would for sure take a second Krampus movie with that design and the lore and those types of villains all day, every day. Give me another one, baby. Now, let's take the F's away from the A's, and we get our cinema score for Krampus. And don't forget, our scores go from negatives to positives. So for example, -100 to +100, as opposed to something more common like 0 to 100. I am really behind on the movie Flaws and Aws, so I'm not sure exactly what's coming next. Gremlins, as promised, might come next, but I'm shifting the schedule around for 2020, where we are going to test out older episodes of The Walking Dead alongside of movie Flaws and Aws as often as we can. So if you want to support the channel, hit up the Patreon or join the Map Mob right here on YouTube. Once we build that up to a certain point, I will be able to put these videos out consistently, one every single week. Until then, thank you very much for our current Patreons and Map Mob members.